And we're live.
That was supposed to be my news intro.
What's the news?
This guy woke up.
What?
What do you have to say? There you have it.
Live.
From the
He has a
mouth
big
of the
head.
babes. Here's your head.
I have a big head. He's gonna have my big head.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't think my parents have a big head.
Your dad has a big head. Your dad has the same head as you.
He does?
Yes.
I never see my dad say, "Oh, that's a big head."
Or that's my head.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I see my parents and I'm like, I look like my mom. I kind of look like my dad when I lose weight.
But you have his head.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Your mom has like a
I guess it's
small oval face. And your dad has like a long, boxy face like yours. Head.
yeah. I
Not
guess
face,
because
head.
I'm a little bit, well, not a little bit. I'm heavier than my dad, so like my head, I feel like maybe looks bigger because of that.
No, because even when you lose weight, those pictures from like your Tinder profile, you have a boxy head. You have a big head, baby.
No, I know I have a big head.
Okay, yeah.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
But
Are you saying you don't look like him when you're heavier, or I'm confused at the statement?
I don't know. That's what we talk
I'm
about
like
today.
sitting really shitty. Yeah. So, are we doing the 12 episode season series of postpartum? Postpartum. So we got episode 1.
Mm.
It's the first 6 weeks.
Take my glasses off. They're getting foggy. It's hot in here.
Yeah, it is toasty. So Monday was 6 weeks for us. 7 weeks. 7 weeks. I just had my 6-week postpartum appointment yesterday. But yeah, so that's good news. I got cleared for everything. I can start lifting weights again. Not that I haven't already been doing that, but we'll get to that. Yeah, hold on. Let me see my topics here. Okay.
Yeah, let me see.
Mm-hmm. I took a clip of a picture of it. Just it's not enjoying it.
Yeah, so let's talk about. Well, we can go through this side, the Jessica side. So we have notes here. We have Jessica's side, physical recovery. We're going to talk about your emotions, breastfeeding, social pressure, and then on my side, how it has felt for me to support you, um, some feelings of helplessness and adjustment to having a second child, and then we can talk about what we wish someone told us. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I guess you can talk more like red flags versus normal recovery.
Mm.
Um, what's happening hormonally? I don't know if you're prepared to talk about that. And when I mean prepared, I mean like I don't know, like if you know your hormones and where you're at. I don't think you do, right?
Not deeply. I know very like surface.
Yeah, I mean, you know how you feel, but you don't know your numbers.
No, I don't know my numbers.
Right, right.
Yeah. But I know how I feel and like how I feel because what's happening, but not like numbers or anything like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about physical recovery. First, like the having a second child. How was that experience for you? Obviously, I'm asking you questions that I know the answer to,
Yeah.
but Heather doesn't know everything. So yeah, what like the delivery part of it? How do you want me to hold him? I mean, that's actually not gonna work. If I hold him, he's gonna cry.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that the experiences could be so different, but I didn't really know. Like I thought like delivery was going to be like, oh, I had one kid, it's going to go the same way, you know? Which we like have briefly spoken about that, you know, Luca was a heavier baby and I had a better experience. I didn't tear. So I think that helped with how much easier this recovery was.
Mm.
from the first. Um, I honestly felt great after. With Ellie, I felt like I was, I was hurt. Like everything was sore. I felt like it lasted months. Um,
The recovery.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Where this, I have no. I mean, I already got my first period back, which that's part of my. I wish someone would have told me that you can get it 6 weeks postpartum, because I thought if you were breastfeeding, you couldn't get your period. Psych, yes, you can. Um, but yeah, the recovery itself, I mean, I didn't really have as much swelling as I did with Ellie, but I think that has to do with the lack of tearing. I think that has to do with the fact that this epidural, I was able to feel my body, where the other one, I had no feeling of my body. I was numb. They were telling me when to push with Ellie. I was telling them when I was going to push with Luca. I think that made a big difference in the aftermath.
Mm.
And the pain that I felt afterwards, I mean, it was very minimal. I had a lot of like preparation for postpartum, and I gave it away because I didn't need as much as I did with Ellie. Like Ellie, I was like out
Mm.
physically, I would say, for at least 2 weeks.
Mm.
Where with Luca, I think it was only like 5 days where I was like, kind of swollen. And for me, it was like, that was nothing compared to, Ellie. Um, is he making boo boo face?
I don't really know. He looks uncomfortable, but he always looks
He's
uncomfortable.
always like, well, if he doesn't have a boobie, he's uncomfortable. Um, but yeah, what, 3 weeks? Oh, I said it was 3 weeks in my post, and it was actually only 2 weeks. I went back to the gym and started doing like what I knew of pelvic floor therapy. Um, very minimal body weight stuff, glute bridges, leg lowers. Uh, it was him, not me, I promise. Focused breathing, trying to find that connection between my pelvic floor and my mind again. And then at 5 weeks, I started pelvic floor therapy, and kind of had a connection that I was doing things correctly. Um, I'm already on to more advanced stuff in my second week, which is good, because if I was going to have to do any more breathing, I wasn't going to show up.
Mm.
But
Any more what breathing?
breathing, the connective breathing between the pelvic
Oh, oh,
floor and like your
oh, oh,
mind.
oh.
It's like, I've got that. I haven't really lost that from birth. Um, but yeah, yesterday I was cleared to slowly, gradually increase my weights. I did squats for the first time yesterday at PFT, pelvic floor therapy. So that was good, because I've been really wanting to do squats. I like squats. Um, and like split stance. So I mean, I won't say obviously, because not everybody knows, but when your weight is, I can't think of words. When your weight is distributed between both of your feet evenly, you obviously are going to have more strength and more of a connection to your body. Whereas if you're in a split stance, and I don't mean like split on the floor, but your legs are staggered, you have less control, less um, connection
Mm.
with your pelvic floor and stuff. So we started doing that, which I've been hesitant about, because obviously I don't want to push myself to the point where I need to start all over, because that would not be cool. So now that we started that at pelvic floor therapy, I'm like very interested to start getting into more normal, well, my normal workouts, and get back to what I was doing prior to pregnancy. Um, bless you. Um, but yeah, that's, I would say, my recovery has been way better. I don't think I even
Oh, and you did a
considered.
5K.
Oh yeah, I did a 5K on Thanksgiving,
Mm.
which with Ellie, no way.
Mm.
6 weeks, but that's how I
I don't remember
celebrated.
with Ellie. I feel like with Ellie, I don't know. I really don't remember. I was working so much.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't even. Everything was kind of a blur. I just remember being in session back to back to back
Mm,
every day.
well, at 6 weeks, we had just finished moving from Colorado to North Carolina because
Mm.
we moved. She was she was 5 weeks old. She was a
Mm.
month and 7 days when we got
She got I
here.
remember she got COVID.
Yeah, right before we left,
I remember,
which is why she didn't get her shots until later on.
and I think that was like the big, the I would say that was like the big weight gain, for me,
Mm,
because instead of doing what I did today of like cooking and stuff like that,
we could just order food,
there's a lot of ordering food, eating, or like not like kind of grazing throughout the day and then eating,
full
um,
meals.
eating full meals that were like just way too many calories. I don't think this sound's gonna be good if you keep putting the mic on him, baby. Um, the yeah, the eating really late at night. I think a lot of the segueing to emotions, a lot of the process was like eating our emotions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and eating, at least for me, because I was breastfeeding and I was told that like I need to eat more and kind of giving into that
You say
breastfeeding
I've
hunger.
heard you say that, but I remember when you were back in like back then, you were like, yeah, I don't have to eat for two. Like that's not a thing, or like I don't have to eat more for breastfeeding. I remember you like talking about that.
I did.
Yeah, yeah. You were conscientious of it. You were conscientious that you weren't supposed to
Yeah,
be
but I was
eating.
making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with, snacks to bring up to eat in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but that's because both of us were in that space of like not really giving a fuck. Like we didn't care. We were like we were mindful whenever we saw ourselves in the mirror and we had to go out to dinner and we're like we felt uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but we weren't really like in our minds. I think we recognized that we just didn't care. We just needed to survive, and the little pleasures that we can get was
Food.
eating, because
Mm.
there's just a lot of stress, and a lot of stress that we provoked ourselves because we didn't have to move,
No.
but we could have stayed in Colorado another year, which is like what initially we said, like, oh, let's stay another year, but it was really cramped. The space was really small.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we wanted to go through another winter because it's just the winters for us, it wasn't something that we really wanted to go through. Um, so we decided to move on that impulsivity, but that impulsivity cost us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even though we were really excited to be here,
Yeah.
I think that was also really cool because we were here. Also, the house that we moved into was very like messy as far as like moving in and organizing with a toddler. We're like, I remember we were on a every day we do one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Between trying to clean the house
Yeah.
and unpack and organize, like, yeah.
Mm. Time to shift them. So as you move Luca, what do you notice emotionally that that is maybe different with Luca than you had with Ellie?
Um,
I'll just put something on top of it.
mm.
Oh, oh, he farted.
Keeps farting.
So I don't know if this is actually something that we can even put because we might get blocked on YouTube for you doing this.
For breastfeeding?
Well, maybe.
My boob's not out.
Yeah, I'll just cut all this out.
Yeah.
I'll edit it out.
So ask your question again.
The emotions, like emotionally speaking.
Um, With Ellie, I was kind of more in this like happy, glowy bubble. It felt like, like I have my baby. It was my baby that I've wanted and I thought I never would have, and I had all the time in the world to give to her. Um, and it was just us, Like if I wanted to take a nap with Ellie, we took a nap. If I wanted to just stare at her, I could just stare at her. Where the emotion now is more, it's a little guilty, because he doesn't get that same one to one, you know. I mean, he gets some one to one, but I usually have to do something in those one to ones.
Mm.
Uh, and then there's, Ellie is 3, so she's in things, and I have to drive, and it's like with Ellie, if Ellie started crying, like it immediately like, okay, everything else can wait. Where he has learned that he has to wait sometimes, like they Ellie has learned that she has to wait, and then now he's learning quicker than Ellie that he has to wait too.
Mm.
So there's a little guilt there. Um, I would say that's like the big emotion is that they're not getting the same experience, which obviously we knew wasn't going to happen because it's not the same. We have 2 children. Um, I sorry. I won't say that I get upset, because that's like, I feel like a bad word for it. But I mean, guilt is probably the best word for it. And then like I'm trying to teach Ellie, so I get like frustrated because like I'll try to teach Ellie, like, if you let him sleep, then I can give you all my attention, because now she's not getting all my attention. She's not used to that. Um, but I don't want that to be misanalyzed as that I'm not like happy, because seeing like the 2 of them together, it was like that's something that Ellie didn't get, Ellie didn't get a big sibling like getting her to laugh, and like this morning when we were getting ready, it was so cute. I had him in the boppy, and she's like getting ready, and in between like putting her clothes on, she'd like go up to him, and he's like all like smiley and stuff, and it's like,
Mm.
oh, like Ellie didn't get a big sibling like doing that with her. But so there's balance within it, like with the sad moments come like these happy moments. um and then I would say like trying to navigate not getting overstimulated is much different. um Ellie's 3, she's got a lot of big emotions. um Sometimes I'm not great. I mean, you heard it the other day,
Mm.
you know which it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's kind of a blowout for me. um I keep my cool enough, but like she had 3 meltdowns in a row, back to back to back, and then he was crying, and I just, I started yelling. And I hate to yell, but sometimes she does not listen unless I yell.
I think I was talking to somebody else, not about tantrums. We are talking about napping,
Mm.
and then I actually did a quick search on like, is it necessary for kids to nap at that age? And it's very normal that they don't nap
Mm-hmm.
and that they phase out of it. But what you end up seeing is a lot of tantrums.
Yeah, especially the later it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So the tantrum started because I was she hadn't finished her food, and I was trying to get her to finish her food because I wanted to get them upstairs because they both needed a bath. And it was, I want my Elsa dress. And I was like, no. And her thing lately is the please, 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 please. And then she starts crying and then she starts stamping her feet. And that just like, that 3 times in a row. So it was the Elsa dress and then it was the macaroni and cheese, which it didn't have any more macaroni and cheese. And then she wanted to help me cook an egg with her. And I was already like, just let me cook the egg so you will eat it and we'll get upstairs. And then Lucas started crying and then Michael was there. So it was just extra people in my space. And I, I just like, I lost it, and I was just like, enough, like, stop. And then I let her help me cook the egg. It was fine. We sat on the couch. She said that she was sorry. I said I was sorry. We had a big hug. And then she kind of got it, which was nice. And that kind of like calmed me down a lot, actually, where she was like, I can't say, please, 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 please. And I was like, no, baby, you can't do that. Like, that's not how we get what we want, And that's, you've heard me say that a few times now.
Mm.
Like, that's not, we don't talk like that. That's not how we get what we want. And so it like finally clicked after that blowout. So like, obviously I feel bad yelling at her, but it's like, okay, well, maybe it was a little bit necessary. Cause like with you just have to like raise your voice and get stern and she stops. But for me, it's a lot harder for me to get her to that point of stopping. Like I could be as stern as I am, but unless it's like I'm like yelling, she doesn't stop.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, my presence is much,
much more intimidating.
much. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. And then I'm like the default parent, so all my
Mm.
limits get pushed further and harder,
Mm.
you know, because she's with me all the time, Well, I won't say all the time. That makes you seem like you're not there, which is not true. And I don't mean it for it to sound like that, but I'm there most of the time.
Mm.
So her, she tests me. Obviously, she tests me. I'm mom, but then I get the I don't want to yell. I don't want to be that mom. I grew up in a house with a mom that yelled all the time, but that was the only form of communication. Well, I say that loosely. It was a lot of the form of communication. As an adult, I think it was more of, well, maybe my mom never actually heard that I was asking, or, that's why. I mean, I didn't really act out. I was not the act out kid. Um, but like with my brothers and stuff, it's like, well, maybe, try to give her grace with the yelling. And being a mom, I understand where the yelling comes from because, again, like that's the only way that I
So
can
for
get through to her.
yeah, for me, like the things that I found quote unquote traumatizing or I disagreed on with my parents growing up, rather than now saying I don't want to do that, now I recognize like, oh, that's why they did that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, my parents are not some villains. Like, yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
it's hard and kids kind of suck. Like
Yeah,
kids kind of
yeah.
suck. Like and now I also understand when like people come on like air or podcast or whatever and like yeah, parenting is hard and like we were so frustrated like, oh, why are people always talking about it negatively?
Because it
It,
is. It's hard.
it's hard. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard. But it's not hard in the way that like I feel like not having a kid and being in the stage that we are, desiring to want to have a kid, I think that's harder.
Not having a kid
Not
while
having a
wanting a
child,
kid.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
like that to me, that seems that's harder.
Hmm.
Like having a child and going through this is not harder than the absence of a child while you're desiring a child.
Yes.
Like that to me was that was emotionally more draining and that like pokes at your emotions significantly more in different spaces than having to go through the frustration of a kid like pulling at you being annoying and then a toddler and an infant crying and you don't know what to do to help that infant.
Yeah.
Like that is to me significantly better.
Yeah.
So I think that's a distinction is that when people talk about having kids being difficult, it's like yeah, going to the I mean obviously it's very different, but going to the gym and lifting weights is really really hard, but it's also really really rewarding,
Yes.
right? Having children is really really difficult, but it's also extremely rewarding.
And I think that's where, like, like I personally struggle mentally because I wanted this so bad that I feel like when I do have those moments, I can't complain about it because it's like, well, you asked for this.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, I'm having those feelings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a moment where I'm like, God, I wish like we didn't have kids or it was just like that's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tissues. I have a diaper.
Super absorbent.
Yeah, tissues. Ugh.
Looks like I have a really weird boob.
They're a little dusty because we don't really
Cause
use them. I mean, I use them sometimes. Da, 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 boom. uh, yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to feel whatever it is that you have to feel. I mean, I don't think it is okay to feel
yeah,
whatever you have to feel. Um, I think where at least where I come from an angle of my perspective is that like there is like you have to learn how to pick your battles, and you have like in my opinion, obviously I have it's very different because I'm not with them all day. Um, and I don't feel bad if I'm not like I don't feel bad like I don't feel like ashamed or disappointed in myself for not being around the kids
mm,
because I am extremely proud of like being able to like leave the house and work and then come back and like do what I'm doing. Like that to me, like that is like they might not understand it, but they'll understand it at some
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Like I was telling Kelly yesterday, how proud I am of the memories I have of my dad. You
mm,
know, like my dad worked tremendously hard. Like dude, my dad like he fucking worked. Like
yeah,
he worked. Um, and I remember like the biggest holiday for my family is New Year's. Like that's the holiday that they like the most and the holiday that they celebrate the most. And I can't imagine for my dad like how emotional that probably was that he worked like he had to work on the 31st and on the 1st. And it's one of the most like awesome memories that I have is that my mom, my sister, and we did it a few, like maybe two times, and maybe even just once. But the memory's so impactful that it feels like we did it a lot.
yeah,
We packed food and we went to go meet with him, and we
mm,
celebrated New Year's. Like that's so fucking cool.
yeah,
Like, and I'm so proud of my dad for doing that. Like I don't feel like yeah I don't. I mean, obviously, it provokes emotion,
of course.
right? It provokes emotion to be away from them. I do have to say I don't understand people that prioritize other things outside of their kids. So what I'm starting to understand is that me working a lot is prioritizing my family,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
It is prioritizing them. And then when I'm with Ellie, I try to be with her as much as I can present. Like I mean sometimes I catch myself on the phone or like getting on Instagram or like I'm not at working as much when I'm around her anymore
Yeah,
because I'm getting much better at doing my documentation. But yeah, I'm yeah, it's like when I'm with him, it's like I'm with him,
yeah,
you know. So back to like you saying like, oh yeah, like yeah, you are the primary parent, right? Like, and that's fine.
I mean that's what like we've established that we've made that a
I mean,
point.
we talked about that like on our first date.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home
I mean,
mom.
for me, and everybody gets to choose whatever life they want, but there are some red flags on because I was already a therapist. I already worked with mothers. I worked with kids back then.
Mm,
I was like, oh, I don't want that type of relationship. I don't want that type of dynamic. And I didn't want, there are certain things that I didn't want. So the conversations that we had were very intentional because I wanted to replicate the things that I saw that worked in relationships. And we had this is why we had, I mean, from my perspective, we had that conversation
yeah,
when we are dating because I, I saw this coming.
yeah, yeah.
I saw this coming. some same as I saw us having kids coming.
Yeah.
Also because I, not because I was like had some faith that we were gonna have kids, but I've worked with enough women that had PCOS where I'm like,
Mhm.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is grossly exaggerated that they can't have kids.
Yeah.
Like it's actually pretty inaccurate. You just have to, well, if you come down to it, just you have to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
you have to lose weight, and that's gonna balance your hormones.
I
Uh,
mean,
yeah.
that's circle back to me getting my period. If you look at me now and not this June that just passed, because obviously I was, 7 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant. The year before that, I was 193 pounds.
Mm,
I started training for the half marathon. I lost some weight. I got down to 175, I think. And I think I ran the marathon. I was 175. And I was pregnant. But
mm,
that 20 pounds made a difference, like that's.
mm,
And then this pregnancy, I'm down to 160. Well, last I weighed was 167.
yeah.
I got my period.
Mm,
Like, and I have PCOS. So for me, getting my period is like,
yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Like I honestly thought that I hurt myself, that I
Mm,
pushed myself too hard running the 5K. And I was like, oh, I opened something. I like my placenta, the whole wound didn't heal yet. And but it was a period. Like
mm,
it's all gone. I had cramps the morning of, and I was like,
mm,
I should have said it to you out loud. But I was like, do I say it? Like that's crazy. I'm not getting my period. Like there's no way.
mm,
And no, that's exactly what it was. Like,
mm,
but again, I've lost weight. Every time I lose weight and my hormones start getting back in order, it's physical exercise, like
mm.
the movement of my body and losing the weight. Also, prioritizing certain foods over others because I have not dieted. I've just prioritized protein over everything
Yeah,
else.
I'm not really dieting either.
No, we're just prioritizing
Mm,
protein.
yeah, I mean, and I still have. I'm looking at myself right now. I still have a lot to go, even though I've lost already what like 70 pounds,
Yeah.
maybe even more because I didn't start weighing myself until I was like more
So you
into the
drop some.
until I was more into the process of it because I
Yeah.
was just so afraid of weighing myself.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I people that have asked me again, like I'm on hormone therapy, so like
Mhm.
I'm taking testosterone, which obviously that significantly helps.
Mhm.
Um, but it at the end of the day, like, and the other medication that I'm taking, I don't think actually like I've been really, and I've been talking to somebody that takes a different kind, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting that. I don't know how much it actually works
Mhm.
because like I don't like I still feel hungry.
Yeah.
um so it's not, I've kind of stopped talking about it because I don't know how much it actually does help.
Hmm.
All that being said, I think the thing that has been more impactful for me has been being on testosterone,
Yeah. Yeah.
um which I am, it's I also feel like that has changed my experience of
Mm.
this process, because it changes it, like this being on testosterone does has changed my thought patterns. It has changed how I feel physically, and I feel like um I still obviously feel emotions and stuff, but I feel like I've been significantly more stoic. um but going back to, I don't want to get too lost here, going back to like like the pregnancy and like going through what we're going through, for me there has been a lot of like the supporting you part that we put here on the notes, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like that just comes as second nature to me.
Yeah. I mean, you do
I don't feel like
that.
I'm supporting you, I'm supporting the unit.
Yes.
Like it's all for the unit.
And I think that's a big part of our mindset.
Hmm.
Like it's not you and me. It's
No.
us. It's all of us.
Yeah, it's like it's a big pot,
Yeah.
or
And we all put in when we can.
yeah, it's a, yeah, and like I I am proud that I can hold the weight that I can,
Yeah.
right? Both, and there's some stuff that I just can't hold. Like there's like logistics that I have to bounce back to you.
Mhm.
That maybe I should be doing, but I can't hold it.
Mhm.
Right. Like for example, the IRS thing that we have to do, like I can't, I don't, I could probably do that in like 15 minutes, but just getting to it, it just feels heavy to me
Yeah.
because I just don't want to deal with IRS. I don't want to do
Mhm.
the finance stuff. Like I also hate bureaucrats, so
Yeah.
I don't want to like. It's just gonna piss me off
Yeah.
to like even talk and do that process. And I think that's what you're much better at. Same thing with the health insurance. Like
Yeah.
I could probably get into and pick the insurance significantly quicker and do it like in the middle of the day, but I just don't have the capacity to do that.
Mhm.
But everything else, like waking up early, going to the gym, cooking, having everything ready before we even record this,
Yeah.
washing dishes, taking out the garbage, you know, going to Costco whenever I can, cleaning whenever I can.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, that to me, that's easy. That's second
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah.
So I don't really feel like like, quite frankly, I don't feel like I'm supporting you. Like, it's not like I wouldn't phrase it that way.
Yeah.
I would phrase it like I am doing my due diligence for
Our family,
for the system.
for the
Yeah,
household.
like
Yeah.
I must adhere to the system,
Yeah.
and this is the most important system to me, more
Mhm.
important than any other system, right? There's like, you know, from there's the micro level, which is the family, us. Then there's my parents. Then there's like my career.
Mhm.
Then there's my community, which is like part of my community are my clients. um and then there's like the bigger community, and then there's like the nation, but like that's like voting and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I that to me, again, the focus is this box, and a completion of it on a daily basis is important to me.
Yeah.
um I definitely, and it's not this is not a measurement of love. This is just a interaction. I do feel very different of being a father to Ellie than to being a father to him. Also, maybe because I'm connecting with him a little bit more, little by little.
Mhm.
Um, but as you talk about like feeling guilty that he's not getting all the attention, I'm like, good. He shouldn't get all the attention.
Mhm.
Like, that's good. Like, I think that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Like, I think that we didn't want an only child.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
um, because we like not that all because I my nephew is an only child, and I think he's a great kid. Like, and he's I don't think he's a prima donna.
No, he's when I think of only children, he is not the
He's not
first
a
person to
he
pop.
doesn't feel like
Yeah.
an only child.
No.
He doesn't
No.
feel, and I think my sister has done a great job raising him.
100%.
And my brother-in-law too. Like they've been very mindful of it. He's not a spoiled brat,
No.
even though he gets like really cool things and he has really
No,
cool
but he's
opportunities.
not a spoiled brat.
No,
Like
he's not a brat at all.
no, he's one of the sweetest kids right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So like,
One of the sweetest
so
13-year-olds,
it
especially that age. Like they're usually like little shits at that point.
yeah, no, he's like, I genuinely had a really good time hanging out with
Yeah.
him and going and like actually I've like it's been kind of hard
Yeah.
um knowing that I don't live that close to them, like that, like I dude, like he would be my gym buddy.
Yeah.
Like Sebastian would totally be my gym buddy right now. Like if I live close to them. Like it was really really cool. And oh man, I can't wait till I can do that with Luca, and with Ellie too, because like
Yeah.
I want Ellie to be part of that too. Like to me, there's not gonna be any like boy time, girl time. There's gonna be my kids, and there's gonna
No.
be Ellie time and Luca time.
There's gonna be a point where all of us can go to the gym together.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And
great.
that is gonna be so fun.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah, like and that's why I say like people like think it's ridiculous that I'm like, no, I want to get to the teenage years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe we get there as much as we talked about how cool it's going to be a parent, and we're going to be, oh, this sucks.
I
Maybe they're not going to want to do any of that with us. That's going to be like, oh, gross. Like, I
yeah.
don't want to go to the gym
Yeah.
with you.
Which it might.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But I see a lot of people at the gym go with their teenagers.
mm-hmm.
It's like with their daughters and their sons, and it's not every time they go, but they go
No,
sometimes.
but yeah.
Um,
But I also think we are having like because we're always like, oh, we gotta go to the gym, we gotta go exercise, like we'll be back, I mean, she asks you all the time, I can come.
mm,
And yeah, not saying that teenage years, 'cause especially little, young girls in teenage years, like it's like, oh, gross. My family.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's boys too. It's gonna be this. I mean,
But I
yeah,
do. But what I'm saying is, though, I do think that I personally don't think the gym is going to be one of those times.
yeah. We could also do like cool family like races and
Mm-hmm.
activities like that. And by the time that they're that age, I will be in a state of being able to sustain. The minimum that I'll be able to do is going to be better than what I can do right now. Even though I'm going to be older and not as strong, and probably like
Well, the opposite.
no, right, but because I right now I'm not as strong.
Yeah.
But if I was like really fit right now, then there's gonna be a decline. There's an inevitable decline as you age.
Mm-hmm.
But my decline is gonna be much better than what I was when I was in my 20s or my 30s. Even
Yes.
though in my 20s I was in shape, like I was like skinny,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like skinny for my standards. I was 180 pounds,
Yeah.
190 pounds. I was running half marathons. The most I ran was like 19 miles. I never was able to do the full marathon, but I wasn't strong. Like
Yeah. You
I,
didn't have
I wasn't lifting
muscle.
weight. I mean,
Yeah.
I had whatever muscles my legs gave me because of the running.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, at 50, I'm probably going to be in much better shape than I was when I was 20 or 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, inevitably it's going to be much better for me, but at least I can sustain. I want to be able to sustain with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel I haven't felt like super helpless with having an infant in the postpartum moment. It it's been kind of like, yeah, this is not my job.
Mm.
Like he's crying. I tried. I attempted to make him comfortable. I changed his diaper. I moved him from one side to another. Um, I try to like make sure I regulate my emotions so I'm not too frustrated when he's not stopping crying, so I don't
Mm.
put it onto him.
Yeah.
Um, try to be nice as much as possible with Ellie when like try to help her understand like, hey, like I'm attending to your brother. I'll be right there with you for a second, or like try to tune out. Like actually, I've been able to tune him out quite a bit when
Yeah.
he like doesn't stop, and I'm waiting for you to come back
Mm-hmm.
and just focus on Ellie. And she's really good at tuning him out.
Oh yeah. No,
She like doesn't even notice that he's like
yeah.
crying
There's
loudly.
been a few scenarios where I've put him in the bassinet downstairs because I have to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and I'm like on the toilet, and I keep the door open so I can hear the both of them, and
Uh,
he's going at it, and she's just like watching TV or
yeah.
playing her toys,
Yeah. She's not
and like
like putting her hands over her ears or anything.
she's done it a few times
Mm.
when like the first couple weeks. And she's like,
Mm.
he's so loud. And I'm like, yeah, babies cry and they're loud, but
Yeah.
that's the only way they can communicate. They don't know how to talk yet.
Mm.
But I would say maybe 5 times she's done that. And
Mm.
now she's just like,
Yeah. Um. The the Yeah, so I don't really feel like helpless. I acknowledge that there's just things that I can't do now,
mm-hmm.
and I have learned to accept that. I think I felt significantly more hopeless at the beginning
I
with
was I
Ellie.
was gonna say, but this is also your second
Yeah.
rodeo, so
Mm.
you already know there's
Yeah, it's just
there's
like
a limit to what
I can't
you're
like
able to console with
and I
her.
don't feel guilty about it anymore.
Yeah.
Where before I'm like, oh my god,
I
like this is
can't. She
like I
doesn't
can't.
connect with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
whatever, dude.
yeah.
Like I'll see you whenever you're cool.
In a few months, right?
Yeah, like I'll talk to you later, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously when you say I don't connect, it's not that I don't love him.
No, no, no. I
Like
mean, like,
no, I'm not talking to you.
okay,
Um
okay.
like when I say I don't connect, I don't say that I don't love him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not it's just like I don't feel joy. I don't feel excitement. Like when he giggles is like cute. As much as I can see a really cute kitten, but just
Mm.
because I see a really cute kitten doesn't mean that I want to like hold that cute kitten.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll pet it, right? But it doesn't mean that I want to like spend the whole day with it,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I see a Luca and like he's really cute, but I do not want to spend all day with him because I
Mm.
know that spending all day with him is him crying and losing his shit
Yeah.
and not wanting me.
Yeah.
So since he doesn't want me, I don't really want him,
Yeah.
right? I want him to exist and I want him to grow and I want him to like thrive and I love him and I would die for him in a second. Like I wouldn't
Mm.
even think about it
Mhm.
because I know the potentiality of him, but it's not. Yeah, it's not like a. There isn't a gravitational pull towards him. There's actually a gravitational pull away from him,
Yeah.
because me getting close to him, just like it was with Ellie,
Mhm.
me getting close to him is "Ah!" So it's like, oh, like you don't want me because I am not like I am not safe to you yet. I'm not comfort to you. I'm not warmth to you yet. I am like in little moments, and then you
Mhm.
realize I'm not mom.
Yeah.
And then once you realize I'm not mom, which can last maybe for like 40 minutes max, once you realize I'm not mom, you lose your shit.
Yeah.
Right. Which again, I know is very natural. I know is
Mhm.
very like it's not an abnormal thing. Um, and I don't take it personal. It's just like, all right, homie, like
I'm out.
go to your source.
Yeah.
Go to your source.
Yeah.
So I know I recognize that some people, even when I talk and I say this to them, like they kind of have a like a look like, oh, like Lewis is kind of being like dry and disconnected, and it's I feel like I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like I can sugarcoat it and be like, oh yeah, it's like, he's just not connecting, but I love it, and like, oh, this
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like, but the reality
It's
is
like you
like,
do love him, but
yeah, if you have a child and you're in the like, unless you are if you're a stay-at-home dad and you're bottle feeding, then that's a completely thing. I'm not talking to those people.
yeah.
Like I don't know what that feels like. Like we don't know what that feels like. We don't know
Mm-mm.
what bottle feeding feels like. We don't know what like being able to like the man to wake up in the middle of the night and feed the baby. Like it's just not the way that we raise our kids, because
Mm-mm.
you're able to breastfeed.
Yeah.
So for parents that plan on breastfeeding, uh, especially for women, I say this not out of experience as a father and a man in this relationship. I actually say this as a therapist that have worked with women that are postpartum, and I've worked with
Mm.
many of them,
Yeah.
like many, because I worked with kids, and when I worked with kids, there was infants and newborns and women that were pregnant and had the kids as I was working with their siblings, and then
Mhm.
their mom would come to me, and then they eventually would like become my client. And I work from this from a professional perspective. It's very important for women to understand, if you're going to breastfeed and that is your plan, what that comes with, which
Yeah.
is like you have to. This is very difficult, and this is part of the postpartum in the first 6 weeks, is to recognize your position, and the responsibility that comes with that position is that it all falls on you
Yes.
when it comes to the baby.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to the father, like everything else has to fall on you. And you can't, there is no football season. There is no video games. Like, there is no, like, I mean, you can do it with the kid and the mom, and like when you're breaking, but oh, honey, I'm going to go to the bar to watch the Broncos play. No, homie. Like,
What?
that's not an op. Like in my opinion, and I'm obviously these are all my opinions, that's not an option. Like,
Mm.
and if you're not okay with that, then there has to be more conversations internally, not even externally, internally within yourself, on what is it that you really want, right? And I think this is why it's like some people advocate like don't have kids or like wait, because like there needs to be a level of maturity walking into it, recognizing that your priorities are just going to have to
Yeah,
change,
they need to shift.
and they naturally do,
Mhm.
especially if you really want it, right? Like I don't like I have acquaintances, I won't say like friends, I guess they're kind of friends, that stop inviting me already. Like he stopped inviting me to things, but he kept inviting, like, hey, do you want to go out to do this? Hey, you want to go out to do that? It's like, and he's a father, and it's like,
Mhm.
I don't I don't want to go to a bar.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I can't.
Mhm.
It's not that my wife is going to be upset and I'm like, oh my God, no, Jess is going to be mad at me. It's like, I have more important things to do. And it's not that you're not important as a friend. It's just that I don't like I cleaning the bathroom and organizing or doing paperwork is significantly more appealing to me than being at a bar with loud music with a bunch of single people that are like, I don't know what their intentions are to like have fun or drink or get wasted or hook up. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
want I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So again, your priorities starts to change, but you have to understand that if you are going to be in those, again, we're talking about the first 6 weeks, there is that there is a demand that needs to be met,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some emotions that are going to come with it, and processing those emotions appropriately can be difficult, but you have to find that space for it, right? So you can lean on professionals like me, or you can lean on podcasts like these to help you understand what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Um but a lot of the, like, people keep asking me or keep telling me like, oh, you look like you slept. Like, I'm sleeping because
Because
I don't
so like
produce breast
to
milk.
go off of that, I know some people will be like, oh, well, you could just like pump and he can give Luca a bottle at night. But then I have to get up to pump because if he's not drinking the milk from me, I still have to express that milk. So
Mm.
then the three of us are up while you give him a
But some people want
bottle.
to do that in order to like make sure that the relationship is 50-50, because things have to be 50-50.
But you're going to work. So like in our household, you know, like that just doesn't make sense because why are the three of us going to be up so it could be 50-50? Like
Mm.
if you're going to get up to feed Luca a bottle, I still have to get up and pump. So at that point, I'm just going to nurse him. Like that
Mm.
just doesn't it doesn't make sense to me.
Mm.
You know, and if that's what it takes for someone in their relationship to find that balance, like good for you. Like
I mean,
go for it.
to me it's
I
like,
just
to
it's
me
for me it's just like baffling. It's like why would all three of you be up
yeah.
when your husband can sleep, especially if your husband is the breadwinner, the primary income of
Mm.
the household, and like he is doing other things around the house, you know?
And I think the most controversial thing, and culture is shifting one way or the other for good or for bad, but like there is a beauty to all that too. Like it is pretty amazing. It doesn't have, I mean, it could be heavy, but there is a beauty to what you do and you provide too. Like there's a beauty to what I do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel very proud of what I do, and I feel very proud of what you do. Like I can't, like, you connect with the children at a completely different level,
Yeah.
right? That I do, and
Mm-hmm.
that will be forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll metamorphosize into something different with me as they grow up, but I like, you not only give them life, but you sustain their life until they're basically one or two,
Mm-hmm.
like completely,
Yeah.
right? You're and you talked about this with Ellie, like there's no distinction between the I and the mom
Mm-hmm.
when they're that age, right? Like there is no, like, I and
They
mom are the
don't
same.
around 4 months is when they start to realize that mom is not a part of them.
Mhm.
So that's why it's really hard when I try to leave him with you and I try to go out and he's like, you know, and starts losing it because a part of him is missing. Like
Mhm.
literally a part of him is missing.
Mhm.
And it's the part that keeps him alive.
And that's where I mean, like, I'm not connecting
Yes.
because there's
Cuz
I
you
like I
can't.
can't.
You
I
literally
cannot
cannot.
connect.
Yeah.
I identify as a male, and therefore I cannot connect. Like
Exactly.
there's no way for me to connect with that, because like there, like, I can provide all the comfort that I want, but the reality is that, there I'm not the fountain of life for him.
Yes. Yeah.
Um so, and that comes again with that's a big adjustment at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's a big adjustment at the beginning.
Yeah.
As first parents, like, that made me emotional.
Mhm.
Like that made me
Oh yeah.
like, I struggled with that, and then like whoever knows me from that time, like, knows that I struggled with that. Like
Yeah.
that was hard for me. Second kid is not that hard. It's
No,
just
because you
like,
already understand.
yeah. And I will say that having Luca, and I've said this quite a bit, has strengthened my bond with Ellie
Ellie. Yeah.
like
Which I
tremendously.
called for when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, once we have Luca, she's going to be super attached to you.
Mm.
She's going to want you all the time.
Yeah, yeah, and that's been like, yeah, that's it. That's it's really cool. It's like I like I look forward to coming home to be with her. I look forward to sleeping next to her. I look
Hmm.
forward to waking up. I look forward to making her breakfast. Like today, something that I think I would have never done is that like I just cut my workout short because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to like be able to buy yogurt for her.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, there's like a constant buzz about Ellie in my mind.
Yeah.
Um, that was there before in a different way.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, like she's just constantly on my mind.
Yeah.
Constant, like I don't think maybe an hour can pass by and like kind of sort of think about her, but like it won't be more than an hour. Like it's just she's always on my mind.
Hmm.
Um, where with Luca, like, oh yeah, I have a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like that's right. Like
Yeah.
but for me, it's more like I think more I have a wife that is
A newborn.
with an infant. Like that's what I think about more.
Hmm.
So there's also that, you know, I'm processing as we talk. Like there's also that, like there is
We
you are
are a
one.
unit right
Yeah, you
now.
guys are one.
Yeah.
Like this to me feels more like natural than like me being with him alone or me being with you alone at the moment because
Yeah.
like, oh, where's Luca,
Yeah.
you know, oh, where's mom,
Well,
you
let's
know.
even um to add to that, it's the same. I put Luca in the wrap. It was
Mm.
like the first time I did it a few weeks ago, and Mikey came home and he's like chatting with me, talking with me, and he's like, "Where's the baby?" And I was like, "Right here." Like, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, like I just saw it and it like you were pregnant."
Mm,
And it's like kind of the same thing. Like
mm,
I'm yeah, you can hold the baby for a bit,
mm.
but once he starts like crying and getting lost, like I'm the only, so it's like we again, like we are a unit.
Yeah,
There's not much any, I mean, we've tried the bottles, but same thing like Ellie, he breastfeeds. He doesn't want a plastic nipple in his face. Like
yeah, yeah, I mean,
fuck
who wants
that.
that? We're not I'm not there yet with my sexuality. I don't want a plastic nipple. Yeah, I get it. Like I get it. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think again there is that aspect of it. I'm gonna look here again. Uh, yeah, we talked about adjusting, right? Like there is an adjustment, but that adjustment, I think there is, to me, there should be and there has to be a sense of pride in it. That there is an availability for me to be able to do some stuff that um you can't do and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, like, there are families that are very different, and I highly respect that as well. Like my position is not one where I say is the position that should happen, but is the one that we're in and the one that I enjoy and that I like. That doesn't mean that I think any other position or any other adjustment in families is bad,
No.
right? I want to highlight that, like, there are, some same sex marriages, that uh, they make it work, and it's beautiful in their own ways, right?
Hmm.
There's also the reversal where there is moms that don't have that nurturing desire and want to be the breadwinners,
Hmm.
and the husband is significantly more nurturing and stays home, and that works,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? That works for them. And so again, I do want to say that what we're talking about for me is not a
Lesson for everyone else of
well, not
how.
only that, is not that I think that this is the best way, and like I am proud of what I do and I am proud of you. That doesn't mean that I look at other people with different dynamic and I'm like, oh, that's stupid.
No,
Like, right?
no.
It's not a
We
judgment.
know that this is what makes our
Right.
house work and run and
Right. Again, it's yeah, it works for us, right? It works for us. Um what else do we have here? We're shy of an hour now, so we probably should stop. I have a client in like 20 minutes,
oh,
and I want to eat before that.
mm, me too. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like red flags or
Red flags is like, I mean, if you have postpartum again, first 6 weeks, excessive bleeding, huge chunk. So I mean, I had a huge. Well, I thought it was a huge chunk. It was like about half dollar size of
I don't know what you're talking about.
like when you're bleeding and stuff. Like it was like
Oh,
huge.
like a clot. Like a blood, like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But it was like fleshy and it was like super gross. But I took a picture of it and I sent it to the doctor and I was like, "Do I need to be concerned?" And she's like, "No, that's normal." So
Mm.
like it has to be like huge or like excessive bleeding if you're wearing pads. Like they said, like 2 pads in an hour. So it's like a lot of blood. Like red flags is. I mean,
I wonder how much like I didn't do any research on this, but how much like the nutrition that you have is probably important to recover from that as well, right? Like
I'm sure.
the loss of iron is probably pretty significant,
Mm,
and also your breastfeeding, which you know, homie is taking a lot of the nutrition.
yeah. And if
Yeah,
my body is not like if I don't have enough nutrition that I'm consuming, my body takes it from my body, which is why like I'm taking the calcium pills
yeah,
because like I mean I drink milk, but the whole pregnancy, like I was telling you, my teeth are hurting and you know
yeah.
they're bleeding and stuff, and that's like the first place it comes from is like
Mm,
your teeth. So like your body will just take it from you, which is
mm,
also insane
mm.
and crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, for red flags, talk to your doctor.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be very careful and mindful, and you know, pregnancy is the most dangerous thing a woman can do
Hmm.
in delivery.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the main things that can like kill a female
Hmm.
is having a baby.
Yeah.
Um, and recovering from it is extremely important, and it takes up to 2 years, if not always 2 years, to
Yeah.
fully recover. And if you have a C-section, that's a whole different
It's a whole
thing.
nother can of worms that I
So you have to
don't
be
know.
very, very careful and mindful, and have to understand your body and understand yourself.
Hmm.
And I think a man in that position is being able to give grace and understanding,
100%.
empathy, listening, and be more like be attuned, right? I say this to a lot of men in couples therapy is to anticipate needs is very important, I think.
I feel like that's one of like the biggest complaints I see on like Instagram and stuff. Or is like women will be like, "Oh, can you help?" And then men need to be pointed in a specific direction. And like you have to like tell it and it's like you can't look around the house and see. Now, I say that because I'm on that end
Hmm.
where I'm the one who's like, "Oh, what do you need? What do you need help with?" And it's like you'll be like look around. So I don't like to say it's a man and a woman thing because it's more of a I think a personality type than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll preface this, and I like to say this now because like well, sometimes when I talk to men, they get a little defensive with me, in the capacity of me being their therapist or me being their coach. Um, the reason I know how to do a lot of the stuff that I do is because of the profession that I'm in.
Mhm.
Naturally, I have worked significantly more with women than I have with men,
Yeah.
and most of the women that I've worked with have been married and have had kids. So when I am naturally in sessions hearing what they don't like about their husbands, I'm like, I'm not gonna do
Mhm.
that.
Well, there was one like specifically again like nothing about like the client or anything, but we had gotten to a little tiff and I think it was about I had just had Ellie and like the room was kind of met like it was a mess and you like went into session and you were kind of like pissed and then you came out and you just like hugged me and you're like I'm sorry and like whatever the client was going through was kind of
Mm,
what we were going through and when you got to hear kind of my side of it without hearing my side of it
mm.
and you just like came out and you're hugging me, you're like I'm sorry I shouldn't have like let me help and it was
No, I
like
remember what it is.
you
No, what it is, what we were having. I have had a lot of clients that are in parallels of my life
mm-hmm.
because I have so many clients.
Yeah
right? So like inevitably I'm gonna like I literally have one client that just had like he had a baby at the same time I did with Ellie, and he had a second baby at the same time as I have, and we're like parallels. And if you're listening to me, you know who I'm talking to. Like me and him talk about it all the time. Like we laugh, like dude, like we're living the same life
Mhm.
differently, but similarly.
Yeah.
No, what I remember it wasn't about cleaning. That's a forever issue I have with you. Um and probably until we die. Like you're messier, I'm not. Like
Yeah.
I'm neurotic and I like to keep things
I'm
organized.
creatively disorganized.
Yeah, you're just messy.
But I know where everything
It
is.
doesn't matter,
I
but
know. It's
yeah,
just not organized to you.
it's a space that we all share. Um, that wasn't it. It's that I kept getting upset about you feeling emotions.
Mm.
So you feeling annoyed, angry. I I kept like it's really difficult to be on the other side of like seeing the mother go through emotions. It was difficult for me back then. It's not as much now.
Hmm.
Um because it's like, oh my god, you're going to damage the kids.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if you're in this bad mood, if you're this pissy, like you are going to damage Ellie.
Yeah.
Like and she's an infant. She doesn't know anything and you're getting so upset. But that comes from also not knowing what it feels like to be with an infant all the time,
Mm.
right? So when I went into session, like I remember this like it was like last week. The my client was like crying and having a hard time. She's like, I like the only person I can feel emotions is with you, like with me as her therapist. Like and like as much as like I'm cool, like she wants to do that with her husband, not with me, obviously.
Of
Like
course.
I'm not a pseudo husband.
Yeah.
I'm although sometimes I feel like I am a rent a husband, but I'm not like I you're paying me to process things, and like I recognize when I was working with her that like oh I have to allow my wife to feel whatever emotions, and when I mean allow doesn't mean that I own you.
You cannot
It
feel.
means like I have to shut the fuck up and allow the thing to happen within my mind.
Yes.
Like understand that when you are feeling an emotion, it has absolutely nothing to do with me, and that you processing those emotions is actually going to be good for the kids to see it, and then you coming out of it will be good for them to see it,
Yeah.
right? Um, so that was like one of my biggest learning curves. But I also learned that you can't come to me with certain
Yeah.
things. And I talk to my clients about this. Like you have to learn in your marriage that there's certain things that you should not go to your marriage to. Like your husband is not everything for you. And I cannot be your friend, your confidant, your lover, your chauffeur, your cook. I can't be everything. You processing how difficult it is to me at times can be very very hard
Hmm.
because you also don't know how difficult it is for me,
Yeah.
right? And we can go on a back and
Tit for tat.
forth
Yeah.
the whole day, but the reality is that like you processing how hard it is to be a stay-at-home mom, it is really hard for me to hear
Mhm.
because it's like, do you know how hard I have to work and to figure out not only everything that has to be done, but I'm not a I come from home type of husband and watch TV and put my feet up. That's not who I am.
Yeah.
I am a husband that works really hard and then comes home and keeps working.
Yeah.
Like I clean, I cook, I like make sure the cars are okay, make sure we have enough money. And not only that we have enough money, but that we can also do other things. And it's not about the money, it's about like the capability of providing for the family. And on top of that, I also do like all the other stuff. So when I hear, oh, like it's so hard to be at home all day, and like this is like to me is like, ah,
Yeah.
like what else do I have to do to make things good? Which is
Yeah.
not it's
It's
not the
not
right
the.
answer.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm wrong. I'm 100% aware that that is not the right answer. I don't know, even as a therapist, how to get rid of that feeling. So for me, it's like you have to find space to process that either with a therapist, which is, more money for the profession, or hold space with like one of your friends that are also mothers, or like mom groups, or with other people that can empathize with you, because even as I see you like crying about it, it doesn't tickle my empathy as much.
Mm.
It's like, n- no, like I'm not crying because my job is hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I enjoy the difficulty of my I enjoy the difficulty of my role, right? So again, it can be callous, and it is very. I see this not only in our marriage, but I see this in many marriages. Like this is the thing that I always hear from men. Like I provide everything for you. Like how
Yeah.
can you feel like, because it like it feels as a provider, and women that are providers feel the same thing. Like when the roles are reversed, women's are like, what more do you want from me? Like I am giving you everything. Like I'm providing for the house, I am doing this, I'm doing that. And women that are providers are also taking care of the kids, which is whole different that's a whole different level of like craziness.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a lot, and like my hats go off to like
Working
that,
moms.
because
Yeah.
you're not you're a mother to like your kids and your husband, if that is your situation, which that's a conversation for a different day. um but that is something that I have acknowledged, and I've told couples this, and I would say it here. Like you have to recognize that there's just certain things that you are not able to process with your partner, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That is why it takes a village, and your village, unfortunately, sometimes has to be virtual, sometimes has to be phone calls, sometimes it has to be with people that you're not as connected with, but you can loosely connect with. But same thing with me. Like there's certain things that I can't really, that I don't, and that I maybe I have, or I don't know, that I really can't come to you, because you're gonna be like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
like, you know. So
Yeah.
that's where I landed with like the stuff that I've learned. What are your thoughts?
Uh, my thoughts. I mean, I'm behind you. Like I understand. I know sometimes like I will start and like I could see it. Like you're either shut off or um, irritated about it. And it's not a like it's never a complaint. It's more of a vent. And I can't to you. It was like something not stay at home mom related, but stay at home mom related of like going to the gym and being annoyed at the gym. And
Yeah, that
you
was
were like it
not.
was ungrateful, and I was like, well, like I wasn't being ungrateful about the space of having my own space. I was just annoyed at these people. Like it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I mean, that day was like I had Ellie crying, I had Luca crying, and then
Yeah.
I had you like sending me pictures of like people misbehaving at the gym, like like being in your space, and it's like, I,
Yeah.
because my role is I like I provide solutions to
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
I can't provide a solution to just move, dude. Like go to
Yeah.
the other side of the gym, or go to the YMCA. You know, we have two gyms. Like
Yeah.
we have the gym that we get for free and the gym that we pay for. And then we have a home gym. Like, I don't know, like then do the home gym. Like, and then you're
And it
completely
wasn't
alone.
and it was I wasn't looking for a solution. It was just like a can you believe this?
Yeah,
Which you're kind of useless in that sense. Like I don't
yeah.
want to just can I believe this? Like either do something or shut up,
Yeah.
you
And on
know.
top of that, I'm also a therapist, which a lot of people come to me for a lot of things. You know, I think we should do at some point like an episode on like how what does being a therapist do to a family,
Mm.
right? Because I do have empathy fatigue.
Mhm.
Like I don't think enough people talk about. I mean, they're starting to do it now. I have 9 minutes.
Yeah.
They're starting to do it now, but like people are like, oh my god, how are you a therapist? And you hear like, I don't take your stories home, homie.
No.
Like eh, even the saddest ones, like it could be sad for me for a hot minute, but then it's like
Just so
oh
you
yeah, you just move it
process
along.
it and yeah.
You move it along, and then we ourselves go to therapy and process our own stuff. I haven't gone to therapy in a while, but like we have our own methods of processing our own emotions. But yeah, I think a part of it also is that I can be like, look, I've held space, and I mean, it happens with Mikey or with other people around me. Like, I just don't have space for you.
Yeah.
I had space for the 13 people I spoke to today, my wife and my kid. I don't have space for, and sometimes I don't have space for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I just spoke to like 7 people today, or 8, sometimes 10, and sometimes they're couples back to back to back. Like the other day I had 3 couples and they all had similar issues and they all presented differently. And it's like, I'm problem solving for you guys. You think I'm going to be able to come home and like hear about how stressed you are because the neighbor maybe like looked at you bad? I was like, yeah, okay. Like, I, at least we're not divorcing,
Yeah.
and like nobody cheated on anybody. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, like, you know, I'm not sabotaging you. Like, I'm there's no contempt in our relationship. You know, I don't know, right? It's very hard for me to like, and that's part of the process of being a therapist, of like working through that too, right? Like having supervision and uh, working on your own mind. But yeah, empathy fatigue is pretty real for me. Like, I don't really care about what's happening on the news. Like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
like, okay.
Well, even like you'll come home and I'll just like tell you about my day because I've been with a toddler and
Yeah,
I
but
fit
that's
all day.
different. I can listen to that.
Yeah, but sometimes you listen and you have like you're just listening. That's it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a skill though. That's not me lacking empathy. And if you feel that way, I'm sorry. It's not me lacking. When I mean empathy fatigue, is like when it's like a really like if you're telling me something really really sad, um, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not sad,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, but I'm not just listening. I am curious, and if you do feel that way, it's not my intention. Um, and it just also depends on what time we're talking. You know, if it's really late at night, I think we're like both toasted. Yeah. No, we turned this into a couple session.
I think we always do in some way.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Next session on how to get a divorce lawyer. Actually, divorce mediation is much better than lawyers. I advocate for mediation. Um,
Is that something you do?
I was for a hot minute I wanted to go into mediation, but it's like a lot of work that I'm just not willing to do. Yeah, mediators just help you like dissolve the marriage, and they work together with both parties. Where divorce lawyers, you know, will find problems where there isn't one to make more money.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't know if
Lawyers.
if you're a divorce lawyer, I don't know. Fuck you. I don't know. Like, I'm being a couples therapist and being a therapist. Like, I see the side effects of divorce lawyers, and I've never been like, oh, those people are awesome. Like, yeah, it's, I don't know. It's like, I prefer a car salesman than a divorce lawyer.
Really?
A used car salesman.
Huh.
Yeah.
They both sound terrible.
Divorce lawyers, I mean, very necessary, but they make situations significantly worse. Yeah, they make mountains out of molehills. Anyway, stay tuned for divorce. All right, I gotta go. I literally have 5 minutes. Peace.
Bye.